Hey there. It's 2 weeks now that I'm back home from my Camino Portugues with Fisterra and Muxia. And it's time for some wrap up. I'm pretty sure some or most of the things that I'm gonna tell you, you've heard before. But you know me. I don't care. Now first off, what I want to say is, as you might know, I shot the entire Camino on my smartphone, my Galaxy Z Flip 6. That is not famous for its amazing camera, but I think that quality was quite decent. And even the sound of my cheap-ass Chinese microphone was pretty awesome. Affiliate links down below. And I don't know if it is necessary to take a big-ass camera on the Camino. I don't think so. And the workflow itself was pretty smooth. You know, whenever I took a shot and I had a break or whatever, I don't know about iOS, but Android has this fancy AI function where you can remove background noise, wind noise, unwanted music. Pretty amazing. I did that. And on my last break, you know, shortly before I arrived with my final beer, I put all the clips together, pushed the upload button, and when I arrived at my destination, I was already done. That's amazing. Before that, with a big camera, I just could start working on my clips when I arrived at the albergue, because I had to take out the SD card, transfer all those files to my smartphone. It took about 30 minutes before I even could start to put the clips together, render the clips. And whenever I was at the albergue, it took me at least 2 or 3 hours to upload. So a lot of time lost. A lot of time in which I could have had fun. This time making video on the Camino was not a burden. This was pure fun. I like that. And most important, I didn't put any pressure on me. Because I said before, if I got not much to tell, or the weather is bad, or I meet an interesting person that I want to walk with, video will only be 2 or 3 minutes, or no video at all. That's my Camino. Was amazing. So no stress due to the camera, no stress shooting videos. Love that. You should try it as well. Back to the Camino. Now it was my ninth Camino. 6 times the French way, 3 times the Portuguese way. And if I would have to compare the Caminos with each other, I would say that this year, this Camino Portugues, especially with the Fisterra Muxia part, was the best Camino ever, or at least on the same level as my first Camino back in 2015. This year's Camino was just overwhelmingly breathtaking. Now people always or frequently say, oh, you have to walk the Camino Inglés, you have to walk the Via de la Plata, you have to walk the Via Francigena, you have to do this, you have to do that. Buddy, we walk the Camino for different purposes. I'm not walking the Camino because I want to see a different landscape or because of the beautiful nature or whatever. I walk the Camino just and only for the people I meet there. And simply due to the fact that Camino Frances and Camino Portugues are the two most popular caminos and two most crowded caminos, the probability or the possibility, whatever, to meet the people that I want to meet is much bigger than on a Camino that is not so popular. It's just mathematics. And there's another advantage that many people just don't see. At least for me it's an advantage. I somewhat know the French way or the Portuguese way. So I know what to expect. I know the good places where you can get good food. I know good hostels. So I don't have to worry about that. You know, I fully can concentrate on the way and the walk itself and let the Camino happen. Well, that's not boring. There's still enough room for adventure. You know that, like the day when I booked my albergue 8 kilometers farther away than I expected. Or the day when I booked my hotel in another city 140 kilometers away. It's not boring at all. For me, it's all about the way, the walk, and the people. By the way, just to point that out, you might have noticed that I don't shoot videos with people in it. I did that in the beginning of my YouTube journey. I had a lot of problems with that. Oh, you're shooting for YouTube? No, I don't want to be in it. Oh, fuck you. Millions of people see you walking around on the street. So you're afraid that 400 people more can see you? What the heck's wrong with you? Anyway, I don't do that anymore. And as you might have noticed, I always stopped shooting for the day before I arrived, in general. The real Camino, I don't have to tell you, begins after that, at the albergues, later at the bars and restaurants. Some of the things that happened, I told you next day, but most of the things I didn't tell you at all. And I won't tell you now. Let's say, especially the last 2 days, Muxia. About 2 hours before Muxia, I met a young woman from US. Whereas young woman, I don't know, maybe mid or end 30s. So for me, it's a young woman. Anyways, it turns out that she also wanted to stay another day at Muxia. And we separated when we arrived at Muxia. And then later the next day, we met again by coincidence. But we all know there are no coincidences on the Camino. And I had 2 amazing days together with this person. We got severely drunk. We even forgot to go to dinner. We had an amazing time watching the sunset. It was just incredible and unforgettable. But I don't tell you any details. That's none of your business whatsoever. On this Camino, I met so amazing people. And I don't name every single one because then I forget someone and there's, oh, you forgot me. And no, you were all amazing. And it was just the level of amazingness is so incredible that this Camino deserves number one. And although I think it is not necessary, I don't know why I do that, I think I'm gonna put all the clips together and upload a movie. Now, since you're not German speaker, you can switch on the translation. Come on. All in German. Whatever. Until I have something interesting to tell you. At least what I think is interesting. Let's leave it like that. See you soon. Stay healthy. Stay tuned. Buon Camino.